Hello everyone, in this video let us solve this question. So we have t raised to power t raised to power 2 is equal to 16, and here we to solve for the value of t. Now to solve this solution, so we have t raised to power t raised to power 2 is equal to 16. So the first thing we're going to do is to square the both sides of the equation. So this then becomes in brackets t raised to power t raised to power 2 all raised to power 2 is equal to 16 all raised to power 2. So from here, we're going to apply this rule that if you have a raised to power x times y, this equals in bracket a raised to power x all raised to power y, and this is also equal to in bracket a raised to power y and all raised to power x. But then notice the change in the powers of this rule. You see x is inside the bracket, y is outside the bracket. But in this second case, y is inside the bracket and x is outside the bracket. So right here, applying this rule right here, we are going to say let t raised to power 2, let's call it x, and then we call power 2 right here, let's call it y. So therefore, working with this rule, this then becomes in brackets we have t, then power y, we go inside the bracket. This becomes power y is 2, then power x, we move outside. Power x is t raised to power 2, so t raised to power 2. So with this has now conformed to this rule. So all is equal to 16 raised to power 2. Good. Now at this junction, if you notice the left hand side of the equation, we have t raised to power 2, which is the base. You see that the base is equal to the exponent here also. Now, but on the right hand side, the base is not equal to the exponent. And in order for us to solve this further, we need to make sure that the base right here should equal the exponent right here. And to do so, simply from here, that we have t raised to power 2 all raised to power t raised to power 2 is equal to, now in place of 16, we can bring in 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 16. So this then becomes in bracket 4 raised to power 2 all raised to power 2. So with this, we have in bracket t raised to power 2 all raised to power t raised to power 2 is equal to. So following this rule, that if you have a raised to power b all raised to power c, this equals a raised to power b times c. What we then have is this in bracket 4, then power 2, we multiply power 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Good. So right here, looking at this, the base right here is equal to the exponent right here. Same thing also, the base here is equal to the exponent here. So with this, we can then apply this rule that if you have a raised to power b, which equals a raised to power c, since the bases are equal, we can compare the exponents. So b is equal to c. Now in this case, the base are not equal, but since the base is equal to the exponent, right, and the base is equal to the exponent on either side of the equation, we can also compare the exponents such that t raised to power 2 is equal to 4. So from here, to then solve for t, we need to remove this square from here, and to do so, we need to square root both sides of the equation. So square root of 4. From here, square will cancel square root. The value of t is equal to plus or minus square root of 4 is 2. From here, we have the first value of t. T1 is equal to plus 2 and T2 is equal to minus 2. Now the next thing for us to do is to check whether these two solutions of t are the correct solution for this question. So let us check. Let's check the question, which is t raised to power t raised to power 2 is equal to 16. So for t1, which equals 2, I'm putting the value of t as 2 into this equation. What we then have is this: t is 2 raised to power t is 2 raised to power 2 will this equal 16 question mark. So once you see a question like this, to simplify this, start with the first two powers. So we have 2 raised to power 2, and this is equal to 4. So therefore, this then becomes 2 raised to power 4 with this equal 16 question mark. And from here, 2 raised to the power 4 is simply 2 in 4 places, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, with this equals 16. 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2 is 16, and this is equal to 16. So since they are equal to each other, this means that the value of T1 that we got as 2 is the correct solution. Good. Now out of T2 which equals minus 2. So for the value of T2 which equals minus 2, and putting 2 as minus 2 into this equation, what we have is this, that we have T is minus 2 raised to power T minus 2 raised to power 2, with this equals 16 question mark. So same thing here also. Once you see an expression like this, first start with the first two powers. So we have minus 2 raised to power 2. This is simply equal to minus 2 times minus 2. And this will give us minus times minus is plus, 2 times 2 is 4. So that means that minus 2 raised to power 2 is equal to 4. So right here, this becomes minus 2, then raised to power 4, with this equals 16 question mark. Now from here, minus 2 raised to the power 4 is simply minus 2 in 4 places, minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, minus times minus is plus, plus times minus is minus, minus times minus is plus. So this will give us plus 2 times 2 is 4, times 2, 8, times 2 is 16, and this is equal to 16. So since we have 16 equals 16, they are equal to each other. This means that the value of T2 that we got as minus 2 is also the correct solution. So with this, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.